Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam or xJawz, and today I'm bringing you guys another gameplay from the new Escalation map pack for Call of Duty Black Ops, and this is a team deathmatch gameplay on the map Hotel, and I gotta tell you guys that this is my favorite map from the new map pack. It's a lot of fun to play. I really do think it's one of the more balanced maps in the game. I play pretty well on it when I do play on it, at least more consistently than I do on the other maps in the game, and it sort of resembles High Rise, I think, and High Rise was not a map that I loved, but you know what? Compared to the other maps that came out in the Escalation map pack, this one just plays pretty well, and I enjoy playing it, especially for the game type that I like to play the most. Now that you only have 3 to choose from, and then Mosh Pit, and that is Team Deathmatch. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about this map right here. So like I said, it really does resemble High Rise in that it's very linear. You have 2 buildings on either side of the map, and that's the elevator right there that I'm about to call or whatever and go up, or I forget if I actually end up going in it, but regardless, these are the elevators that kind of make this map special. It's, the little, I don't want to say Easter egg, it's, not hidden or anything like that, but it's the small special thing that, Shrek wanted to add to this map to kind of make it cool, and it does kind of add a little bit of uniqueness to this map. It definitely is used a lot. It's not one of those things like the zip line that you never use. I use it very frequently to go up and down stairs in these buildings, but anyway, enough about that. So yeah, it's kind of like High Rise in that there's a building on each side of the map, and then in the center you got this kind of linear-ness to it. It doesn't really have an underground portion, kind of like High Rise does, but for the most part, it is kind of divided into these 3 sections where you have this really long pathway on the left of the map, a really long pathway on the right, and then you have the pool towards the center of the map with a little building in the pool. Pretty much every single time I play this for Team Deathmatch, Hotel for Team Deathmatch, this area that I'm at right now, I run to it and I try and kill people at the other end of it. Doesn't matter which side I spawn on, this little pathway that I'm on, I really like it, and I think it's really good because I like to use assault rifles, and you can pick people off on the other end with assault rifles pretty easily. There's 2 windows, one on this building and one on the other one that people usually run to right at the very beginning of games. So if you find a spot to kind of peek to those 2 spots, you should be able to get an easy kill almost every time. And I'm sure there are a couple spots, and if there aren't any really good spots to kind of peek to those 2 windows, you can always go up in one window and try and shoot across to the other. Here we are in the chopper gunner, and I'm not going to speed it up because you guys asked me not to, so you guys can see an overhead of the map. Like you can see, it's much like High Rise in that it's a big building. It's like the top floor of a building, and there's nothing all around it. You got the El Royale Casino, I'm guessing, and then this building over here. You can see the center of the map, and like I said, the layout is a lot like High Rise, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to say that and get used to that when it comes out for them on the PlayStation Network or when they play it on the Xbox, whatever. Other than that, I would recommend using an assault rifle almost exclusively on this map. You can rush, but getting from one side to the other this map is pretty difficult, and like I said, I like to use the sides of the map for that pretty much, using the assault rifles to my advantage. The SMG might be a good idea towards the middle of a game when people start setting up for a while in either side of the buildings, like either side of the map in the buildings. Then you can rush to each building and try and kill people, but for the most part, you're going to be kind of out and about in the middle of the map, somewhere outside, and your SMG really isn't going to come in handy because Team Deathmatch spawns are going to switch really quick, and you're not really going to have the ability to spawn trap or anything like that. So that's just my 2 cents. So you can see right here in the game, I was setting up in that elevator right there, and one thing to keep in mind with the elevators is, like I said, you do see people use them a lot, and I use them a lot myself, but whenever an elevator opens, there is someone in it. That's the way it works. There is no way that an elevator will open unless you call it. That's what I kind of meant, where there's not someone in it. So if you just see an elevator come up and open, trust me, there's someone in it. Look on your map, see if it's a teammate, and if it's not, then throw a grenade in there, a stun, whatever you need to do. The way it works is they will stay closed on the floor where someone gets out of them, and not until you actually call them do they come to you. So please keep that in mind, and that's how I was winning these gunfights right here. You'll see I go upstairs here, and on my radar I can see there's a bunch of guys relaxing over on the other side, and I think in a minute here you'll see the elevator door open, and I know, yeah, right here, elevator door opens. I don't see anyone, but I know there's got to be a guy there, so I can just kind of stick around and shoot him. You don't want to get too narrow-sighted, I guess is the right way to put it, because you want to keep in mind that people can come up from your left right here. The elevators are not the only way to get upstairs in this building, and that was a mistake that I made for a little bit. People can come on the, you can't really see right now, but to my left, if people were to run to the back of the map, there's sort of an area for people to jump up and come up onto that area. It's really easy for them to get there. It's just that, you know, you have to kind of run around, so it's a little bit easier to access these buildings via the escalators. It's easier to access the upstairs area via the escalator. One last thing, guys, before this game ends, I want to throw out there that later I'm going to be uploading some overheads of all the maps. I'm going to be going through them so people can see the way they are laid out and whatnot. This is going to be for people on the PlayStation Network and the PC who do not have these maps yet and really want to get a feel for what these maps are like, how they play, and all of that. Instead of, you know, trying to, you know, get a ton of views or something like that, I decided I'm going to put them all into one video. I'm not going to try and break it up into a bunch of separate videos. I know the videos won't be useful really at all for people on the Xbox 360, but maybe I'll, you know, try and throw some tips your way and tell you which spots I do like and don't like. And anyway, that'll be coming later. So that's pretty much it, guys. Final score of this gameplay was 31 kills and 1 death for a 31 kill-death ratio. And that's pretty much it. I will see you later. Please take a second to rate the video if you enjoyed it. Bye.